Did Social Security just lie right to our face? And what's the deal with this email right here that people are absolutely freaking out over, and the one little line within this email that is causing people to lose their mind? Well, I'm going to pop this email up on the screen for you in just a second so you can see exactly what they said, and I'm going to point out that one little line within the email that people are having an absolute fit over. This is interesting because I've seen this out there in the headlines so many times recently over the last few days since this email was sent out, and there's a lot of people that are feeling very disgruntled about this, at least with the different articles and the headlines that I've been seeing about this. So I want to clarify exactly what Social Security said, again, in this email that is catching so many people off guard, and what about this little line, a couple words, literally just a few words within this email that may not actually be fact, but rather may be a little bit of fluff. Well, I'm going to break it all down for you here in this video, and again, I'm going to pop this up so you can see exactly all of the words and exactly what they said in their little email. Now, I do want to give a quick shout out to Official Lady Dark Sky. By the way, I love your name. She reached out to the team of trusted advisors to get some help with her Medicare. They got her a better plan, and she is very, very excited. So again, Official Lady Dark Sky, thank you so much for reaching out. I really appreciate the comment. And again, I'm so glad that you were able to connect with them, get your free review, and get yourself a better plan, better coverages, and saving a ton of money as well. Now, if you have not done so yet, make sure to join Official Lady Dark Sky and the other 3,000 people here in the community that have contacted that team of trusted advisors right there to get some help with your plans. And again, if you're on Medicare, whether you are one of the 70 million people that has A and B coverages, or maybe you have a supplement, a Medigap plan, a Part D plan, a Medicare Advantage plan, or if you're turning 65 or retiring, this is by far your best resource. Seriously, call them, get a free review. They will help you completely for free. Bring your list of questions, by the way, and they will look through the 20,000 plans to find you the best plan with the best coverages and the best fit and what you need personally for your personal situation. Get this, 90% of seniors are on the wrong Medicare plan. Please do not be one of those statistics. Get the right plan. Again, it's totally free. You can work with them, and they will certainly help you out right now. Anyway, after you talk to them, leave me a comment down below and use the keyword chapter within your comment. That's what I search for as far as a keyword search, and I'd love to give you a shout out in a future video, just like Official Lady Dark Sky. Again, thanks so much for reaching out. All right, let's pop up this email right here, right now on the screen. There you go. Feel free to read through it, but this is an email that was sent out just a few days ago out of Social Security, and I want to talk through some of the details because this is highlighting the passage of what? The big, beautiful bill, otherwise known as the reconciliation bill, the president's agenda, the big stimulus bill, the tax cut bill, whatever you want to call it. There's about 50 different names for the thing, but this is what it's all about. So the acting commissioner, Frank Bisignano, was also highlighted here in the email, and most of it is accurate. Most of this email is accurate. However, there is one little line that I do want to bring to your attention. All right, so do you see here in the email where they talk about how this piece of legislation eliminates federal taxes for beneficiaries? Do you see that part? Well, I'm going to say this much. This bill does not contain that. Okay, so that right there is maybe a little bit of a typo. It's not necessarily a typo, but rather it's not totally true. That's not true. This bill, as much as you love or hate it, it doesn't really matter. All I'm saying is that, first off, I'm not here to take sides politically. I'm here to give you facts and to break this information down. But this legislation does not repeal taxation on Social Security. Not at all. In fact, it does not do that. It legally cannot do that because reconciliation bills cannot reform Social Security. Cannot do that. We've talked about that many, many times over the last few months. Okay, but rather, in this email out of Social Security, they're suggesting that this legislation eliminates taxation on the federal level of Social Security benefits. No, it doesn't. No, that's not totally true, okay? There is not a provision within this legislation that removes taxation of Social Security. And that's why people are freaking out, okay? I've seen some very interesting articles over the last several days here where the authors or the writers of these articles are feeling very disgruntled. I mean, I've seen some very angry pieces out there. Now, I don't think we need any more anger out there in the world these days. I think there's plenty of that. I certainly don't think we need more. but rather we need some clarity, and that's exactly what I'm talking about here. Okay, so the clarity on this, and to break this down, is that nope, it does not eliminate federal taxation of Social Security. Social Security benefits will continue to be taxed exactly as they always have been. Okay, no changes there whatsoever. However, they did also highlight in the email that there's the extra deduction for seniors. That's the key. That's what they should have written, and that's what they did write, but they should have eliminated that other part out of the email because that's not totally accurate about the provision eliminating federal taxation on Social Security. That's not totally true. But if we look through this, they're kind of beating around the bush here when it comes down to the facts around this. What this really is, what they should be saying, is that it contains the $6,000 deduction for seniors, which ultimately, according to their email here, will eliminate federal tax burden or tax liability for about 90% of beneficiaries. Now, I know that sounds very similar. Like, doesn't that mean the same thing? Kind of, but not really. It's talking about two totally different things. And again, maybe I said that in such a way that makes it sound like I'm pretty sure you just said the same thing and said one is not included and then the other way basically you said it, okay? So maybe I said it, maybe I worded it wrong, or maybe I worded it in a bad way. But basically, the $6,000 deduction, according to their email right here, about 90% of beneficiaries would no longer have that tax liability just because of the extra $6,000 deduction per senior 65 and over. When they take that, when they are qualified, well, if you're 65 or over, you basically get it unless your income is above the threshold, which is not the case for most people. But anyway, because of that $6,000 deduction, about 90% of seniors would have that deduction eliminate any federal tax liability because of their Social Security benefit. Does that make sense? Right? So it's actually not the elimination of taxation on Social Security benefits, but rather it's extra deduction that gives seniors that extra money to be deducted, basically eliminating their liability to the federal government in taxation. And again, I know that sounds like basically the exact same thing, but there is a very slight difference, okay? Anyway, this is the email out of Social Security. People are having an absolute cow over this thing. I've been reading about it. It's been very interesting. I feel like, hey, let's just calm our bodies for a minute. Let's calm down and let's understand what this really is. And again, I've talked about this deduction so many times over the last, I don't know, month or so, give or take a little bit here. I've talked about it many times, explaining the details about it, and I want to clarify again really quickly because I've seen some of the comments rolling in. No, this is not a check. This is not a check. I repeat, checking, 1, 2, testing. This is not a check, okay? I want to make that very, very clear. This is not a check. I've seen some people reaching out down below in the comment section. You said we're getting a check. No, this is not a check. It's a deduction. Huge difference between a check and a deduction, right? Anyway, this is what it all is. I hope that clarifies it for you. And if you saw that email out of Social Security, this was after the president signed it into law. This was sent out. I think it was whatever the date was. I don't know, the 4th or the 5th, something like that. We got this email, but yeah, there you go. That's the clarification on this. So if you're wondering what all this is about, there you go. That's what that is, okay? All right, anyway. Again, if you have not done so, please join Official Lady Dark Sky and the other 3,000 people here in the community and give the team of advisors a call. It's totally free. I want to emphasize, free. We love free stuff. I'm never here asking you to buy stuff. In fact, I have nothing to sell you, okay? I have nothing. Look through the whole channel. Look through the description. Look through any area here on the channel. I have nothing to sell you. I don't have some course. I don't have some get-rich program. I don't have some junk product. I don't have some free coaching call or some crap like that so many other people have. I have nothing to sell you. Never have, and I probably never will. Why? Because that's not my goal here. I don't have stuff to sell. I love free things. I have free videos. I have free advisory, free help with your Medicare. Everything here on the channel is totally free when it comes down to it, okay? Anyway, Call them, get a free review on your Medicare. And again, you can hack this out yourself if you want, but I certainly would not advise that. Let them search through the 20,000 plans across the country. They will find you the best plan at the best price with the best coverages and the best plan for you and your personal situation. We all need something very different. And they'll present you your options, and it's up to you at that point, okay? But my point being is that 90% of seniors are on the wrong plan. You got to make sure that you're on the right plan, okay? And in just about, 3 months from now, give or take a little bit, about 3 months, annual enrollment will be opening up. If I can give you one pro tip, call them now to establish that communication. You will be moved to the front of the line for annual enrollment. If you wait until the middle of October when annual enrollment opens up, you're going to be at the back of the line of 70 million seniors, and you don't want to be there. I can tell you that much. If you call them now, it's a little bit of a slower time of year right now for them. They will have plenty of time to talk through it, look through all the things that you need, find the best plans for you, and you'll have that communication established. And seriously, if you're turning 65 or retiring, this is by far your best resource. Please do not try to hack it out yourself. They will find you the best plans for what you need. And again, so you can see the doctors you want, the prescription needs if you have any at all, the networks, the clinics you want to go to, whatever it happens to be. And there you go. All right, anyway, please, if you're new here, subscribe, 100% free, big subscribe button down below. Please share the video, big share button down below. Please share that phone number with your friends, family members, social media, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, parents, neighbors down the street, neighbors down the hall, anybody that you know that needs that information or that is enrolled in Medicare. Share that with them as well so they can also get some help with their Medicare plans. All right, anyway, please enjoy. And check out the other 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below. Otherwise, until next time, enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.